So today we are talking about the left hand, or the non-dominant hand, and this seems to be a constant source of frustration because our non-dominant hand never seems to catch up to our dominant hand, and it creates this bottleneck where when we're playing singles or doubles or whatever it might be, the one hand, laps the other, or when we're playing grooves, the non-dominant hand or the left hand never seems to be quite as coordinated as the right. And it's a weird thing, and it makes sense because, our dominant hand is called dominant for a reason, and it's more coordinated in our day-to-day lives. And especially even on the drum set is an asymmetrical instrument, and we're in this weird situation where we expect our two different hands to be doing completely different roles, and for our right hand to usually be carrying the load and playing way more often than the left hand, 99% of the time. And then when it comes time for a fill, or when it comes time for us to play something in unison, we now suddenly expect our non-dominant hand to be completely equal to our dominant hand. So it's no wonder that we're constantly frustrated and that the left hand is constantly trying to catch up to the right. Now, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people telling you different ways that you can try and alleviate this issue, and I'm gonna add a couple more ideas to that list. But the one thing that has never really worked for me that you may have heard before, this is like an old wives' tale for drummers, is to just start doing things in your day-to-day life with your left hand or your non-dominant hand. To just start pretending that your non-dominant hand is your dominant hand, and suddenly that will start to clear up issues and make you more coordinated. Now, I'm not saying that this is bad advice, but this has never really worked for me, mostly because I just forget to use my left hand for everything. It's something that, I just forget to think about the 1,000 times a day that I'm gonna use my hand for something. But I am going to give you one thing in particular that was shown to me, one lesson I received. I'm going to tell you a little story about it that really changed things quickly, and I think was a pivotal moment in me trying to even out my hands and not worry so much anymore about my two hands being even or uneven. So the story is that I was in my first year of college, and I go in for my first private drum lesson of the year, and I'm feeling pretty good. I've been taking drums pretty seriously for a little while now, and the instructor sits me down and says, "Okay, why don't you just play some double strokes for me?" I'm thinking to myself, okay, doubles, all right, fasten your seatbelts, here we go. And that's approximately what I play for him. So hopefully you can see what the issue with that is immediately. He goes, "Okay, that's great. Now can you even out your hands?" And it was just like a total revelation to me. It's like I had never actually watched myself play before. And I noticed immediately, oh my God, my right hand is playing way stronger than my left. So I go, okay, no problem, I'll even those out. So I start to even them out. And what I notice in that moment is that what feels balanced to me, or what felt even, my right hand was playing way stronger than my left. And then what actually sounded and looked even felt very unbalanced to me. So this is the key takeaway of this video, if there is one, that I, first of all, had never noticed that what felt balanced to me actually sounded very unbalanced or uneven, and that when I actually made it sound even, it felt very unbalanced to me at first. So this is something that I started working on, and after about a month, it no longer felt so uneven. There was more of a symmetry between when I felt like I was playing evenly and when it actually looked even. So the first tip here is dead simple. Instead of trying to do day-to-day things with your left hand or do all these crazy fancy exercises that invoke the left hand, just do the things that you would normally do. You can do single strokes, double strokes, paradiddles, all that, but actually watch yourself and really look and listen and see, are your stick heights the same? Do the dynamics sound even? Do those two hands actually sound like they're playing evenly? And you may notice that you're sounding more like that, or single strokes. Maybe you're doing that, or maybe you tend to do this. And always add an accent on the first of every 4 notes. So actually evening your notes out, you may find that it feels very unbalanced for you, and it may take a while to get to the point where it doesn't feel like you're super unbalanced when you're actually playing evenly. So that was a huge turning point for me, and from then on, I have felt much more balanced when I've played, and I oddly haven't felt like my left hand is constantly playing as much catch up as my right hand, because it's finally doing its fair share of the work in things like singles, doubles, and anything where the two hands are playing evenly. So hopefully this makes sense, and like I said, this was a pivotal moment for me, and even though it's dead simple, I will never forget that lesson, and it was really, really a turning point. So hopefully it's helpful to some of you as well, and if it is, you can like this video, you can subscribe, you can do all that good stuff, and I will continue making more videos. Until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.